Good afternoon on what is a warm, grey and cloudy day. It is Friday the 4th of July, yes, Independence Day in certain countries, and I'm in the Reed Nook with a nice hot cup of tea. And that's not to celebrate, of course, that's just because I like a nice hot cup of tea. But what I've got here is a bag full of things that I brought back from Free RPG Day 2025, which took place on Saturday the 21st of June, yes, Midsummer's Day. So let's have a look through, see what I can pull out to talk about today. Yeah, here we go. What I've got here is a copy of Shock and Mayhem. This has been released for the G.I. Joe role-playing game and the Transformers Roleplaying Game, and therefore it's published by Renegade Games Studios. And basically, these two are role-playing games based upon the basically intellectual properties of the sort of like cartoons of the 80s, which have been since very popular. So, the Decepticons and Destro's Iron Grenadiers have teamed up to design a dangerous new Energon-based technology called Energon 5 or Energon V. The heroes of G.I. Joe and the Autobots must team up and stop this new threat before it evolves beyond the prototypical stage. But what if they are already too late? And you can download pre-generated characters using this QR code. So this is a scenario in which you play characters from both role-playing games, from G.I. Joe and the Transformers. Now last year the scenario was designed to be played by all four of the family of role-playing games which use the Essence 20 system. So that included G.I. Joe, Transformers, Power Rangers, and believe it or not, the My Little Pony role-playing game, which was a little bit of a hard work to trying to get it to work for all of them, but perfectly playable. So we open up, and what we've got here is adverts for further titles for let's see, that's all for G.I. Joe, and you also Transformers and the My Little Pony game down there, and there's even an advert there for the source book there, which will bring them all together if you want to. You've got the credits and contents page, and then you open up further, you've got the adventure background, an adventure summary, so you go through it by chapter there, and there's the background to the scenario. Essentially, Shockwave gets together with General Mayhem, Shockwave of the Decepticons, General Mayhem of Cobra, and they're going to basically develop this energy to the benefit of both members of this temporary alliance. And so here we've got Deluge is sent in as the representative of the Decepticon, and then Baron Unbreakable of the Iron Grenadiers. There we go. Here we've got part one. Part one is where we get the adventure begins. You've got a briefing there for the player characters where they go and meet up with, let's have a look, the Autobot Wheeljack and Breaker of G.I. Joe. So essentially this is going to get the characters informed about what's going on and what they can learn about the situation, and they're essentially sent to go and get samples of this Energon 5 chemical. So they're going to sneak off into the Arizona Badlands for that. And there isn't any time to get any requisitions, as it says clear there. This is all basic. This is really designed as sort of like a very quick playing scenario, very quick and easy to set up and played in a single session. So not even any time to prepare upon the part of the player characters. So they're going in under the cover of a storm in the Arizona Badlands, and they can take multiple approaches, so sneaking, straight attacking, and so on. But of course, this kind of story is where both of the bad guys there, the lieutenants of Shockwave and, let's have a look, who is it? Member of Cobra, oh yeah, Mistress Armada, make a run for it, and they're going to head for a couple of other facilities, because essentially Energon 5 is not stable. They need another chemical, so the player characters are basically got to chase the bad guys down to the source of where the chemicals are kept, and whichever one they tackle here inside the first facility, one down, one to go, they can tackle the other in the second basically chase scene. And they've got really choice of sort of like just blowing things up or that sort of thing, but so it doesn't really kind of matter which way the player characters tackle things in this bit of the scenario. What we have, you can't just trust anyone, so basically what happens at the end of it, one of them will surrender, at least, whether that's I'm just trying to think, as Deluge or Baron Unbreakable, and turn on the other. You've got an interrogation results table with the advice here: heroes don't cross that line. So it's basically going, you know, interrogate, don't torture, is the message there. But of course, ultimately, what that means is that they're their own worst enemies. So one will betray the other, and that will enable the player characters and the bosses to learn about the final meet between General Mayhem and Shockwave, and have that confrontation. But of course, they're kind of a bit too tough for the player characters to kind of take on, so they may want to use, or may take on directly, they may want to use other methods, so those are discussed as well. And part 5 here is the conclusion, depending upon the outcome. So is the Stockdale destroyed? Are the villains tricked? Or did the heroes get defeated? That's a distinct possibility. And the discussion there of possible rewards for completing the adventure successfully. The appendix is all about the threats. So we've got a Cobra Hiss 2. That's a high-speed Sentry Mark II vehicle listed. Stats for both your Decepticon Soldier and Decepticon Spy. Stats for Deluge himself. So there's the Decepticon you'll encounter. General Mayhem as well. Somewhere there is, it's not apparent immediately. Where are we? Oh yeah, here we go. So there's General Mayhem. And also stats for the Iron Grenadier Foot Soldier, and then how to adjust these stats using the details there to turn the soldier into Baron Unbreakable, their immediate commander in this mission. You've also got an Iron Grenadier Neophyte, and at last Shockwave, who's going to be quite a tough opponent, because he's threat level 20, and if you're third level characters, which is what this scenario is designed for, you're not going to be able to cope with that. You're going to need to use other methods to defeat them. So we've got more advertising from Renegade Games Studios. So it's not a quick start, but a scenario to support the existing game lines, really, to sort of like, you know, add a little bit more content to the campaigns for either G.I. Joe or Transformers. Serviceable enough scenario from what I can see. Something that's actually quite easy to slip into an ongoing campaign because of its short length. You can probably play through that in a single session. Anyway, I do hope you enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you did, then please do click on the like button down below. And of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to yet more unboxings in the Nook, where you'll see me out here, typically with a box, but for this run of free RPG Day adventures, my normal messenger bag, which I would then unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. Then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing in the Nook. I will be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.